Welcome to Healing Path Yoga. The name Healing Path comes from this idea that yoga is a healing practice. And in Western medicine tends to equate healing with doctors and pills and things outside of ourselves, where true healing happens within ourselves. And so, quite often we put too much trust or too much stock in those outer health authorities, and we forget to listen to ourselves, that the body has a wisdom. The body wants to heal. The body has an innate sense of what it needs. And when we take time to slow down, we tune into that inner intuition and we can begin to trust, to know what it is that our body needs. But I also want to acknowledge that, we live in these physical bodies, and as the Buddhists say, this body is of the nature to get ill or to be injured or to eventually die. It doesn't last forever. And so we acknowledge that healing doesn't always take place physically, that healing happens at much deeper levels, and the healing that takes place in yoga, indeed spiritually, is that healing and that uniting of body, mind, and spirit. Last week we talked about the Yoga Sutras that say that yoga is the uniting of consciousness in the heart. Yoga also gives us a few maps for healing, and one of those maps is the map of the chakras. So the 7 sacred energy centers that lie from the base of the spine all the way up to the crown of the head. And while to go into the depth of that is beyond the scope of this class, we're going to start to dabble in that a little bit. So the chakra system takes us from this place of, rootedness embodied in our bodies, and this idea that we're separate, all the way up through these different energy centers to this place of oneness. And so we'll explore that, especially in our Yoga Nidra this morning. But I am going to really focus on our Muladhara chakra, our root chakra, and really having that sense of connecting to the earth, to stability and solidness, which is so helpful during these difficult times. But we are going to start with a lovely breathing practice in supported bound angle. And of course, the breath is the bridge. The breath is our guide into this sacred space of our bodies. So I invite you to get yourself set up for supported bound angle. We are going to do a seated stretch to begin with. But so supported bound angle, we have our bolster set vertical on our mat, and then a pillow for our head. And I'm going to invite you to sit just in front for a moment. And you can just sit crosswise for a moment. You can have your blocks ready. I'm going to adjust my camera so that my head is not cut off, so that you can see me. So just wait for you to get your stuff gathered a moment. And while you're there, just make yourself comfortable. So I'm going to do a little stretch just for our side body and the rib cage, just to start that opening that lying on the bolster gives us. And it's always good to start with some deep cleansing breaths along with a stretch. So inhale, stretching your arms up, lengthen up through the side body, the spine, and then exhale as you release back down. Inhale, reaching up, filling your lungs, pausing at the top. So it's always nice to pause a little, let the lungs receive that gift of breath, and then exhale as you release down. One more time. This time we're going to take it into a side stretch, and I want you to be able to see my hands here. So you're going to grab onto your right wrist with your left hand with the palm up, and then inhale, lengthen, exhale as you lean towards the left here. So you're using this other hand as a bit of a traction to give you a little bit more stretch. You can just turn your head towards your left armpit there and let the head release. Breathe into that right side of your body. If you feel tension in your shoulders, soften a little bit. So this listening, this acknowledging what's in our body right now, what it needs, and what it needs to let go of. Then inhale as you come back up through center, and exhale as you release both arms down. Give a little bit of a roll of the shoulders. And then inhale, stretching both arms up again. And turn the left palm up and hold on with the right hand. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale over towards the right. So again, you can, if it feels all right, give a little bit of a pull on that joint. You can drop the chin down towards the armpit there. So as you inhale, filling into the left side of the rib cage. As you exhale, softening into the right side of the rib cage. Aware of any tension that you can release and let go of. Relax any tension in the face. And your next inhale, stretching up. And then exhale as you release down. Oh, so you should have a really nice opening through your rib cage now. So we're going to go ahead and move into our supported bound angle pose. So sitting in front of your bolster, bringing the soles of your feet together, give a nice diamond space between your legs. And then supporting yourself with blocks or books or cushions, whatever you have available. And then starting to support yourself down. And once you get onto your elbows, and you might find some strain in your lower back, so lift the pelvis, lengthen out. And then lay the rest of the weight down. Make sure you reach up and adjust your cushion or your pillow so that your chin isn't sticking up. Remember, you want your chin drawing down. Relax the arms to the sides. And nice to take another cleansing breath to settle. Inhaling fully, expanding belly, rib cage, chest. Pausing, lungs full, and that long, slow exhale all the way out. Inviting your muscles and your bones, all of your limbs to really release and let go. And just continue to breathe easily and naturally. Inviting the weight of the head to release back into your cushion. Soften and relax any tension in your face. Invite the shoulders to release and let go down the sides of your bolster. And feel how this supported back bending posture creates a natural opening in the chest, in the rib cage, in the belly. Feel your breath there. Notice how the lower body is. So notice the hips and the pelvis. Allow the pelvis to be really heavy. Feel the hips beginning to release the inner thighs, the outer thighs, knees, legs, and feet. With each exhale, feel that sense of settling, resting back into the support of the bolster, resting back into the support of the earth. And starting to pay attention to the flow of breath, the movement of breath. No force, no strain, just allowing the breath to flow. Again, so we trust in our body, we trust in our breath. We especially trust that this breath can guide us to the places in our body that need healing. We trust in the wisdom of the body for healing. And so this morning, moving into the practice of samariti pranayam. Samariti means equal action. So we're going to be paying equal attention to both the inhale and the exhale, and making both movements as smooth as we can. So this is very soothing to our nervous system so that it can create a healing space for our body. And one of the ways that we can create that equal action and balance is to add an internal count. And so we're going to use a count of 6 this morning. However, if you find that that becomes too much for you, you can go to a count of 4. But I'm going to count the first few breaths for you, and then you'll just move into your own internal count. But we're going to start with a cleansing breath to begin with. So inhaling deeply, filling your lungs, pausing a moment, and then exhaling completely until the lungs are empty. And then inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So continuing on your own inner count, just like I did. As I mentioned, if you find that 6 just seems too long for you, go to 4 and 4. And so the invitation is to really allow yourself to relax in this breath, to not cause any worry or anxiety around the breath, but to begin to create balance, to begin to really smooth out the thread of the breath. Creating a slight pause at the end of the inhale and a slight pause at the end of the exhale. I'll So imagining that the body is filling equally, so into the belly, into the rib cage, up into the chest, those three parts of the breath, and all the way back out. Continuing to soften and release any tension you might notice, maybe the face, the shoulders. Maybe it's the mind. When we smooth out the breath, it's like we can smooth out the rough edges of our thoughts. There's a direct correlation and relationship between the quality of our mind and the quality of our breath. So over time, we begin to be able to expand the lung capacity, and that 6 counts might move to 8 counts, or 4 counts moves to 6 counts. But please don't force it. Always let it just happen naturally. Finish off your last cycle of counted breaths. And let go of the count and just rest in your natural breath now. It's likely slowed down and lengthened. Just really enjoy and savor each wave of breath. And so just before we leave this posture, you might want to take a deeper cleansing breath to release anything that wants to be released. And then remembering that our practice here, if you have your knees out to the side, is to bring the knees back up towards the ceiling. Plant your feet and press into your feet. Inhale, lift the pelvis a little tiny bit, and then just gently wiggle the pelvis from side to side. Nice release for lower back and sacrum. And then setting the pelvis back down. Take a moment and roll off your bolster onto your side and just rest for a moment, keeping your head supported. The body doesn't like to be rushed, especially out of these restorative poses. All right. So when you're ready, help yourself back up. We are going to move right into a standing position because we want to feel all that first chakra energy, the the stability and the rootedness. You might want to take off your socks so that you can really have a sense of the ground beneath you. These are always nice practices to do outside on the grass. Most of us are inside right now. So one thing that I forgot to mention at the beginning of class is that you are going to need a chair, an upright chair for this class. So if you don't have that right in the room you're in, maybe take a moment and go grab even just a kitchen chair or maybe even a stool, but something that you can use for support. And you can just set it off to the side for now. I'm not going to use it quite yet. I'll just wait till I see some of you back. All right. All right, so finding the pose of the mountain, what a beautiful image for stability. So standing with your feet about hip width apart and parallel. And take a deep breath in, and as you do, lift and spread your toes. Feel all that energy drawing up your legs. And then as you exhale, relax the toes down, but try to keep that energetic quality in your legs for a moment. And then allow that to relax and all the weight to relax down through your feet into the ground. Be aware of the sensation of the bottom soles of your feet against the ground. And then adding a rocking movement. So just rocking all the way to one side and then the other. And synchronize your breath with that. So inhaling one side, exhaling the other. And really having a sense of how that weight is shifting and how that shifts your experience all the way up your body. And then finally coming back to center where your weight feels balanced, left and right. So lots of images for balance today. We have a balanced breath, the inhale and the exhale. We're balanced left to right. And now we're going to move front to back. So inhale, coming up onto your toes, the balls of your feet. As you exhale, shifting back into the heels and lifting and spreading your toes. So just find that, and you'll probably find a little bit of, little balance stuff there. And noticing this is a really nice way to warm up your feet. So we get all of the bones and muscles starting to move and articulate. We get more circulation down into our feet as well. And the other thing I wanted to remind you, some of you already know, is a nice way to really bring sensation to the feet is to get a ball, a tennis ball or I have a lacrosse ball here, and to roll your feet. We're not going to take time to do that today, but I just wanted to acknowledge that's a really nice way to prepare your feet for standing positions. All right, so find your way back to where you feel balance between fronts of your feet and the heels of the feet, left and right. And have a sense of pressing down through the four corners of your feet, base of the big toes, base of the little toes, inner and outer heels. And just really sensing, breathing. Imagine you're breathing in the energy in your legs. And now we're going to imagine that we are standing on an imaginary trampoline here. And I'm going to switch the camera so that you can see a little tiny bit. So you're going to inhale and really press into the ground. As you exhale, bend your knees. And then again, inhale, pressing into your feet, lengthening. Feel all that energy in your legs. Exhale, bend your knees. And then add your arms, because we wouldn't not use our arms on a trampoline. So inhale, imagine floating up into the air, reaching up. And as you exhale, bring your arms down, bend your knees. Inhale, pressing into your feet, lengthening all the way up. And exhale, bend your knees. So really feel that energetic quality, all that energy in your legs. And then as you exhale, settling back down. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, we have that lovely side stretch here. And then exhaling. Last time. Inhaling. And exhaling. Leave your arms down. And then straighten your legs. And just feel that quality of stability in your legs. And once more, imagine breathing in the earth energy through the soles of your feet. And that's truly what first chakra energy and the theme is about receiving that grounded, stable earth energy into your body. That sense of being stable, that sense of belonging to the earth. Standing on our own 2 feet. All right. So from here, we're going to do a little bit of work for connecting to our core, both the lower abdominals as well as that solar plexus area here. We're going to do a standing version of cat and cow pose. So again, I'm going to adjust my camera so you can see. So your feet are going to be a little bit wider than hip width apart. You're going to bend your knees, a generous bend to your knees. Take your hands to your thighs, just above your knees here. Elbows out to the side. Now, just like we would in cat pose or cow pose, inhale, expand your belly, tip your tailbone up, look up, draw your shoulders back. As you exhale, draw your belly in, tuck your tailbone, tuck your head round the back, and really feel that drawing into your core. As you inhale, belly expands, tailbone tips up, you're looking up. Exhale, drawing into yourself. And we're going to hold a little bit longer when the lungs are empty here, really feeling all of the abdominals drawing in. And then inhale, let that go. Looking up. Exhale, drawing everything in. Pausing, lungs empty. All our abdominal organs are getting that squeeze. And then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drawing in, pausing. And just continuing that a few more times on your own and really emphasize this sense of drawing into yourself, really feeling that strong sense of your core. Keep your legs strong even though they're bent. Tuck your chin in on that exhale. Last time, inhaling and exhale as you draw in. Last time, inhaling. And then as you exhale, release your arms and slowly roll back up to standing. So good to exercise those abdominal muscles. It's good energy for our lungs as well. Maybe take a roll of your shoulders, release any tension in your arms. Just take a moment to stand naturally without overthinking it. Breathe that energy in through the bottom soles of your feet. Feeling strong and stable in your legs, your lower body, rooted to the earth. Calm, relaxed. All right. We're going to do a little bit more standing work this morning. We don't usually do a lot of standing work, but I really want to get you into your legs, and we're going to add a twisting pose. So this is where you're going to need your chair. So set the chair towards the front of your mat. And then stand facing your chair. We're going to be moving into a pose called pyramid pose, where we make kind of a pyramid shape with our legs, and then we're going to add a twist to that, which again is really good for the abdominals. So you're standing with your feet about hip width apart and parallel. You want that energetic quality in your legs. Take your hands to your hips for a moment. Inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, hinge from the hips, slightly bend through the knees, and take your hands to the seat of the chair here. And then you're going to step your legs back so that we're coming into, it's kind of like a standing version of downward facing dog pose. So your feet are directly underneath your hips. So hips, knees, ankles stack up. Arms are completely extended here. And if you're tight in the hamstrings, keep a generous bend in your knees and think about pressing the chair away from you, lengthening out through the sit bones. Keep the head in line with the spine. Find your breath. Notice those times when you're trying too hard and you sometimes hold your breath. So find your breath. Each time you exhale, slightly scoop in through your lower abdominal so you feel that core strength, but also feeling the strength in your legs here, that active quality. Now, on your next inhale, you're going to step your right foot forward. So the toes are just underneath the edge of the chair there. You might step that back foot back a little bit. So in this pose, that back foot is angled in, almost parallel to the front. And front foot straight forward. Now we want to find that lovely energy through the front leg. So we're going to bend into it. Remember that feeling of jumping on the trampoline. And then as you exhale, press the ground away and straighten the leg and draw back through this right hip. Inhale, bend into that front knee a little bit. Exhale, press back. That back leg and foot stays rooted. Feel a nice stretch through the calf muscle as well as the ankle. And finally, you're going to keep that right foot, right leg fairly straight there. Notice there's a tendency to roll outwards on that front foot and really root down through the base of the big toe there. Keep the upper body nice and tall. Find some breath. Relax the shoulders. And keep drawing back through this right hip. It's almost like a scissoring action between your legs. And now, adding a twist to this pose, taking your left hand to the center of the seat. Your right hand goes to your lower back, palm down. Take a deep breath in, lengthen, and then exhale as you twist towards the right. So you feel this nice release of this right hip drawing back. You feel some compression through the abdominals. Let the shoulders release. And be careful of your head here. So don't crank the head upwards too much, just let there be a gentle releasing forward. So the head stays in line with the spine here. Good. Try to expand, broaden across the collarbones here. And take one more breath. And then exhale. As you plant both hands in the corners of your chair, we'll step back to our upright downward facing dog pose. So arms fully extended, feet are hip width apart, slight bend to your knees, and lengthen, lengthen back. Head stays in line with your spine. Relaxing any tension in your face. Feeling a nice stretch through the backs of your legs. Your next inhale, stepping your left foot forward. That foot is angled in. The upper body stays nice and tall here. You can see I have quite a nice incline or angle there. And then that bending into the front knee a little tiny bit, and then pushing the ground away through that left foot. Just finding that grounded strength in your legs. And then finally, keeping the left leg straight and drawing back to that left hip. Stay rooted through the back heel as well. And be aware of staying rooted through that front foot. So you're not rolling outwards on the left foot. You're rooting down through the base of the big toe. Relax shoulders. Notice the quality of your breath. If you lost that lovely balanced breath at the inhale and the exhale, come back to that. Then adding the twist, taking your right hand to the center of the chair, left hand to your lower back. Inhale, lengthen first, and then exhale as you twist towards the right. And your head just stays upright, shoulders. Keep really drawing back through that left hip. Really feeling that scissoring action between your legs. Remembering to take a break whenever you need to. These are strong, active postures. So we'll hold for another breath or two. Just feeling that lovely revolving twist in your body while staying grounded through your legs and your feet. Take one more breath in and then exhale as you step back. You can step the foot back and come back to downward facing dog pose for a moment. Slight bend in your knees, lengthen through the tailbone. Feel a nice stretch. Keep your head in line with your spine. And then finally stepping your feet forwards towards the chair. And then just gently coming back to a standing posture here. Ooh. Maybe shaking it out a little bit. Maybe giving yourself a nice easy twist from side to side. Beautiful. All right, let's take it down onto our mats in a seated position. So you can set your chair aside. I'm going to bring my mat this way so I can stay facing you. And you might need a folded blanket to sit on. We're going to come into staff pose. You might need a block to rest your knee on because we'll be coming into half bound angle. So whatever it is that you need. And the back up a little tiny bit. All right, so you're sitting towards the front edge of your blanket, your legs extended in front of you. Take a little rock from side to side, release the extra flesh of the buttocks out of the way. And then bending your, let's say the right knee out to the side. It's my left, your right, hopefully, if I've got this right. I usually mirror you. And if you feel strain in the knee or the hip, please support it with a block. And let's just stay in this upright position for a moment. Again, feeling now the rootedness is down through the sit bones into the ground. At the same time, you want to extend energy from that left hip all the way out through the left foot. You need to roll the shoulders to release any tension. And come back to that nice, smooth, and easy breath. And then inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, fold forward towards that extended leg. Now, you can either just keep your fingertips on the ground here, or some of you might be able to reach forward towards the ankle or the foot, or you can also use a tie. If you have a tie, you can also use a tie here. Avoid the temptation to go too far by rounding the back. So it's a hinging action. From the hips, you're drawing your belly and rib cage up and over the front of that thigh. And just finding a comfortable place to breathe and stretch and hang out. Close your eyes. Feel the movements of breath. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, that softening and releasing, moving into new spaces, new awareness, and that healing space within. On your next inhale, come back up. Release. We're going to take this into a twist before we go to the other side. So draw this knee back up to center. And then cross your right foot over your left leg. Now there's a tendency for us to roll over this way. So take your right thumb in your hip crease and draw that right sit bone down. So we have equal action downwards through both the right sit bone and the left sit bone here. And relax that right hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale as you turn towards the right. And just finding that slow, gentle unwinding. You don't have to go all the way into the twist to begin with. You can enter it slowly, breath by breath. So inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, maybe you find yourself releasing a little bit more now. The shoulders relaxed, keep the collarbones broad. Continue to breathe. You may find that you can take your arm a little bit further by taking the knee into the crook of your elbow there, but please keep the shoulder relaxed. Feeling where in your spine you can find a little bit more space as you inhale, a little bit more twist or compression as you exhale. Again, you can close your eyes if you'd like. Direct all of that awareness inwards to your breath, your experience, to the healing of your body, your mind, and soul. Inhale slowly, unwinding, coming back to center. Uncross. And shake the legs out a little tiny bit. And take a deep cleansing breath. Inhaling deeply. Pausing a moment. And as you exhale, let your shoulders go, your arms, feel the heaviness. Maybe even let your head go for a moment. Just let yourself be in your body without strain. And ready for the other side. So bend your left knee. Release that knee out to the side. Prop it with a block or a cushion if you need to. That left hand stays on the knee. There's a slight twist towards the extended leg. And let's stay in this upright position for a moment. Breathing. Remember to keep your right foot active and flexed. So these are active stretches, but done in a relaxed way that continues to keep the nervous system calm. And that's truly the secret to healing, is keeping that calm, balanced feeling to our nervous system as much as we can. And the breath is the key to that. All right, ready to move forward. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale as you release. So fingertips to the ground, or maybe hands to your shins. Maybe even, if you're more flexible, to reach to the foot, or using your thigh to extend your reach. Let the back, the neck lengthen. Close your eyes, sensing inwards. Being open to those cues that your body gives you to release and soften and let go. Never coercing or forcing ourselves. Just allowing the breath to flow and be your guide as we create this deeper relationship with our breath. Our breath guides us deeper within. On your next inhale, coming back up. Help this left knee back up. And then crossing your left foot over your right leg. And remember to take your left thumb in your hip crease and draw that back down. And you will probably be feeling a really nice stretch through this side, the outer left thigh there. All right, you can take that left hand now to the ground behind you. Inhale, lengthen fully, and exhale as you twist around the axis of your spine. Remember, you don't have to go the whole way to begin with. Breath by breath, inhale, lengthening, exhale as you twist. tiny, subtle, incremental openings. And the head is just a completion, turning the head, either gaze beyond your left shoulder or closing your eyes. Sensing from the inside out. And take one more breath. And as you exhale, slowly coming back to center. Uncrossing, wiggling, shaking it out a little tiny bit. So let's lie down on our backs. We'll do one more stretch before we move into our yoga nidra practice. If you'd like, you can keep that folded blanket there for your head. And just lying down with your legs extended. Do make sure the blanket or cushion is not under your shoulders. It's just underneath your head. Stretch out for a moment. Stretch your legs out. Relax your arms. Feel the shape of your body against the ground. Another deep centering breath. That long, slow exhale, feeling the weight of your body settle. On your next inhale, stretch your arms up and over your head, point your toes. As you exhale, bend and clasp your right knee towards you. So either clasp in front or clasp behind, or you can, if you have a tie, you can use it, but just a nice gentle clasp. Maybe circle through the knee a little bit so you feel the circling through the hip. And then we'll take this into lying down twist. So this right arm releases out to the side. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, draw this right knee across your body. You might have to shift your pelvis onto the left side a little bit, but try to keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep your left hand there on the side of the knee or thigh just for a little bit of weight. Make sure this right foot is resting on something. Breathe and send some relaxing energy to your lower back and the back muscles. A sense of breathing from your heart center here. Imagine sending that heart energy out through your right arm and your right hand. Breathing into your heart center. Exhale this offering and surrender. Allowing that right thigh to be heavy and relaxed. You turned your head, turn your head back to center first. Drawing your legs back, reposition your pelvis so it feels balanced. Extend both legs. Relax both arms. Deep breath all the way in, all the way out. Slow, smooth, measured breaths. On your next inhale, reaching both arms up and over your head. Point your toes. Exhale, bend and clasp your left knee in. Let your feet be relaxed. Circle through the hip and the knee here. As you do that, you can feel a nice massage action through the back of the hip. And then take your left arm out to the side, inhaling the breath. Exhale, draw the left knee across your body towards the right. Shift a little bit onto the side of your hip, resting that left foot on the opposite leg. Feel the backs of both shoulders resting into the ground. If you'd like to, turn your head towards the left. Feel that nice stretch through the side of the neck. Resting in the natural flow of your breath. Breathing from the heart center, exhale. Send that relaxing energy out through the left shoulder, left arm. An offering of your practice back to the world, back to the earth. Scanning your body, brushing away any remaining tension with the delicacy of your breath. Turning your head back to center, turning your legs back, repositioning your pelvis so it's balanced. Stretch both legs out. Take a cleansing breath if you like. And then get yourself ready for our practice of Yoga Nidra. Whether you're lying on your mat or bed or couch or easy chair, most of you know how to make yourself comfortable now, so go ahead and take whatever you need. Maybe it's a cushion or bolster behind your knees. And that nice covering of a blanket for warmth and safety. Maybe the extra eye pillow on your eyes to just really allow yourself to move inwards. So this practice of self-care and cherishing all these little things we do to make ourselves more comfortable, that assists in that deep healing of body, mind, and spirit. So feeling your legs stretched out along the ground, giving your legs plenty of space, inviting the feet to fall out gently from the ankles. The arms relax to the sides, shoulders rolled under so the heart center can expand and broaden. Bring awareness to your hips and your pelvis. You might want to do a squeeze and release here. So inhale, squeezing the buttocks, let the hips rise for a moment. And as you exhale, setting the weight of the pelvis back down. Lower back releases. Feeling the weight of the head and completely giving up the weight of the head back to the ground. Feeling the support of the ground, the earth beneath you. Taking a deep centering breath. And as you exhale, feel the weight of your body releasing, letting go. And feel the softness of the breath through the front of your body. And as you exhale, imagine the skin on the front of your body softening into the body. Face, chest, belly, fronts of your legs. And again, as you exhale, feeling all the muscles and the bones settling into the back of your body. And in touch with all of the inner organs. As you exhale, imagine all of the inner organs also settling and nesting into the back of your body to rest. And even the blood and all of the fluids pooling into the back of the body, resting. And then feeling the back of your body, the skin on the back of your body, softening, dissolving back into the surface you're resting on. Feel your breath slowing down, smoothing out. This effortless movement of breath within and without. Just tuning into that timeless wave-like flow, just like the waves of the ocean. Knowing that there is our life energy, the prana, the chi that rides the breath, and we can direct this healing energy all through our body. And so inhale as you feel your belly expand. Exhale, send that healing, relaxing energy all the way down your legs and out through the bottom soles of your feet. Do that a few more times on your own, brushing away any remaining tension or strain in your legs and your feet. Feel your legs becoming heavy and relaxed. Now breathing from your heart center. Inhale, expanding to your shoulders. Exhale, send that relaxing energy down your arms, all the way out through your hands and your fingertips. Breathing healing energy from your heart center. Exhale, feel your shoulders release, your arms, your hands letting go. Continuing a few more times on your own natural breath. Feel both arms becoming relaxed and heavy. Both hands empty of doing. And bring awareness to the hips and the pelvis, inhaling the breath, Exhale, continue to soften the buttocks, allowing the weight of the pelvis to release. Let the pelvic bowl rest deeply into the cup of the earth. And then feeling the three parts of your breath, inhaling belly, rib cage, chest, pausing a moment, and that long, slow exhale. Moving through all of the abdominal organs, softening through the back muscles. Inhaling belly, rib cage, chest, pause, lungs full. Exhale. Feel all of your back muscles softening. Be aware of the weight of your head. Inhaling the gentle breath. Exhale, release the weight of your head. Be aware of your facial muscles, relaxing any tension in your jaw, your cheeks, around your eyes. Imagine the skin on your face softening and melting inwards. Imagine your brain, your gray matter, resting into the back of the skull. Letting go of the need to think or plan or analyze. Trusting in the wisdom of each breath, the intuitive knowing of your body. Feeling your whole body relaxing at ease. This invitation to rest deeply. And we begin this journey through the path of the chakras to our true self. Begin by once more feeling the heaviness of your legs, that solid feeling of your legs, and then bringing your awareness to the space at the base of the spine, Muladhara chakra, associated with the element of earth. And if you're a visual person, imagining the color red, a red mist or light in this area. And so first chakra is all about our sense of solidness, our sense of belonging and safety here, now. Our right to be here, our right to take up space on this planet, to have everything we need to survive and thrive. And the words or the mantra for this center is, I am here. So if you'd like, just repeating that silently in your own mind as you continue to focus on Muladhara chakra at the base of your spine. Feel your here-ness, your belongingness, fully welcomed. And moving up to the second chakra, Svadhisthana chakra, just above the pubic bone and beneath the belly button. The element is water. So we move from this solid feeling the earth to the flow and fluidity of water. So feeling the sense of flow of water here. The color is orange. And Svadhisthana chakra associated with a sense of sensuality, sexuality, that creative impulse that births new life, new possibilities, associated with relationship and with feeling. So the mantra or message for this chakra is I feel. I open up to the whole range of feelings of this human body and experience. I feel. All of my feelings are welcome. Nothing is denied. I feel. And moving up to the third chakra, the solar plexus area. Manipura chakra, precious jewel. And the color is golden yellow. And the element is fire, the fire of our will. Our ability to take action in the world, to do what we're meant to do. No more and no less. And so the message is, I act. Feeling and sensing into Manipura chakra. Repeating quietly or silently, I act. And just be open to whatever images or messages this sacred center might have for you. And moving to the heart center, which lies at the very center of the chakra system. There's 3 chakras below and 3 above. And just feeling and sensing into your heart center, Anahata chakra. Just be with the physical sensation, creating space with each breath. And the color is green, green trees, green grass. We're seeing the green of spring all around us. Can we feel that greenness within us? And the element is air. So feel the lightness and freshness of air in your heart center. And of course, the heart center associated with love, the ability to receive love and the ability to give love. And so as you're feeling and sensing into the heart center, saying silently to yourself with your breath, I love. Once more, being open to whatever messages your heart might have for you. Let go of thinking about it and sense and feel. And moving from the heart center now to the throat, the Shuddha chakra. You might want to swallow to relax any tension in your throat. The color is blue, blue sky, blue ocean. The element is ether, so even more subtle than air, the space between molecules. And the throat center associated with what we give voice to speak to our greatest joys and also to speak the stories of our deepest sadness, to speak our truth into the world out of the love in our hearts. So you continue to focus on the throat center, sensations here, repeating silently in your mind, I speak. What is the truth that you speak to the world? Not only through your words, maybe through music or art or dance or loving service. However you speak truth. What restricts you? What gets in the way? And moving now to Ajna chakra, the space between your eyebrows. Soften the space around your eyes, soften the space between the eyebrows. Imagine breathing in and out through this sacred center. Color is purple or indigo. Sometimes called the third eye, as it symbolizes another way of seeing the world, a deeper way to see beyond the surface. A place of inner knowing and wisdom. Wisdom of the ages. So as you continue to imagine breathing in and out through your third eye, saying silently to yourself, I see. I see. I see that which other people miss. I see from this deep essence. Be aware of whatever images, words, or feelings arise here for you. And finally, bring your awareness to the very crown of the head. That place that was very soft and open as a newborn, innocent baby. So close to God. That one Sahasrara chakra, thousand-petaled lotus. Imagine breathing in a pure white light through this crown chakra and let it flow all the way down through your body. This is the place of oneness. The part of us that knows we are interconnected and at one with everyone, everything, the planet, ourselves, the cosmos. Where our separate self is dissolved and we connect to the true and universal self. And the message is simply, I am. This is no longer the separate I am, but the great I am, the great mystery. Again, imagining that healing, pure white light flowing through the crown of the head all the way down through your body. I am. And that white light dissolving the boundaries of your thoughts and your body until there's simply that sense of oneness. I am. Stay where you are. Feel that beautiful cleansing white light all through your body. Mingling with the rainbow of colors of all of the chakras. And taking a moment to just see if there's any other messages your body or one of these sacred centers might have for you. Trust and know that the more time we spend paying attention to these different chakras, the more they begin to reveal themselves to us for our greatest healing. Choosing either to stay where you are if you like, or beginning to move and stretch and awaken. Every time we awaken from this practice, we awaken to a new sense of possibility. Remember to take your time, roll over onto your side, resting until you transition back up to a seated position. And so our healing takes place not only individually, but most of all in community and for each other. So we practice not only for ourselves, we practice for our families, our friends, our community, our world, our planet. And so chanting our chant Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be peaceful and well and at ease. We'll chant it 3 times along with the singing bowl. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Namaste. Deep bow to you and this healing work